let's go ahead and check it out and see how it works.
Yeah, let's turn it on.
This is how huge it is.
We're just gonna put it on and make sure you don't tip anything.
And there we go. Alright, there we go guys, we finally got the Godox SL60W and we're gonna be testing it today and see how it works compared to the budget lighting kit that I used before. I had a 200 watt light bulb budget lighting kit, then I replaced the light bulbs with a 500 watt each, and we compared each one side by side to see which one works and if it's worth upgrading. And like I said in that video, I'm gonna be getting a new LED light and we'll be comparing this LED light versus those two budget lighting kits. We're gonna compare the price versus performance, see if it's actually worth getting this. So I'm really excited about this one and hopefully you as well. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, stay tuned. It's going to be very interesting, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a lot more videos coming soon, and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss other videos. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. This will help me a lot to grow my channel, bring you more interesting, helpful and entertaining videos. Thank you guys very much, and let's go.
Alright, so let's go ahead and open this other box. And as you know, Godox is a pretty popular brand. It's like a much cheaper brand than Aperture, and Aperture is a professional lighting system which costs thousands of dollars. So I decided to try this Godox one, and this is LED lighting, 60 watt output, and it's supposed to be really bright. There's a whole bunch of good reviews online about this lighting, and I'm pretty excited to see how it actually works and compare it to my other lighting system that I have. So far I have owned already two lighting systems. The first one I got was a budget one. It was less than $100 and it was 600 watt. And you can actually see by the link over here. I'm gonna put a link for my video when I tested this lighting, and it does make a good difference. I still do like it and recommend it if you're working with really low budget. Then the second thing I got was the replacement bulbs with the 500 instead of 200 watt each. And I also compared them one to another, see how they work. And the output from 500 watt versus 200 watt wasn't that much different. I didn't see the difference like 2 times or 2.5 times. I still had to use pretty much the same camera settings. So this is why I decided to go with this LED one. And it's a little bit more expensive, but still pretty decent. So the lighting system is like 180 bucks. Plus you're gonna need to buy a softbox for it. And the softbox is gonna be around, depending which size you get, about $100 too. So you're looking about $300 total. So this is gonna be more than your regular budget lighting, but still kind of like in the upper budget level, I should say. Like it's not gonna be too cheap, but it's not gonna be like expensive like a professional lighting. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's inside this box. And yeah, as we can see here, this boxes is like boxing is real simple. There's nothing written down on it, just a plain cardboard. And yeah, you don't really see much. Let's go ahead and see what's inside this. Open this up. Oh, this is your barn door and filters. This is your attachment for this light. Go ahead and open this up here. Oh wow. This is your barn doors for this light. Oh, they open up pretty solid. They're not swinging back and forth. All right, there you go. So it has like a honeycomb kind of a grid inside there, and it has this nice doors here, and then you can apply these filters to get different lighting. There's 4 different colors. I think there's a red one. So it basically goes up in here like this. There is 2 notches here. You just gotta slide it in here, I guess. And then it sits like this. And then you get that red color. See how it's already like shining red? And you also get the yellow color, you get the blue color, and the green color. It's pretty cool. So you got 4 different colors you can use. Let's go ahead and see what else is in there. All right, let's pull this out. Oh, okay, so it does have a picture on the box. Let's put this down. Very simple, rustic box. Nothing special, nothing fancy. So it's a Godox SL series video light. 2.5 kilograms, so we're gonna need a more sturdier light stand for this, and not like this one that I have here, because the one that I have here, they're only like for little light bulb. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this box here. All right, so what we got? So this is your warranty card. See, so this is your SL series manual, probably a quick start guide. Okay. So they have a power cable. Wow, this power cable feels real heavy. And I think it's because it's a heavy duty power cable. It looks much heavier than your computer cable. Like it's real, like it's almost like your microwave cable. It's like a 1,000-watt power cable, but it's only 60 watt though. Okay, so we also have this Q pass. That means they actually checked it when they put everything in the box. So we're supposed to have everything we need in this box. And let's go ahead and just pull this out. Okay, so we'll just take this. This is the light. Got a protective cap here. Okay, so let's go and package this. Feels pretty heavy. I think it's about 1.5 kilograms or something, like maybe 3 pounds. It has this lock-in mechanism here. It feels really cheap, like super cheap, plasticky. This is your lock to keep protection cap in place. So you gotta pull it down, and then you gotta turn this, and then you can take it out. This is a pretty powerful LED light. It's like on your camera, on your cell phone, but it's much bigger. So there's a heat sink right here to dissipate the heat from this light. It also has a fan built in it to allow it to cool better, because it gets pretty hot when it's all at the 100% brightness. And it also comes with a reflector. So this is a reflector that you can use it with. Yeah, this is like your diffuser light. And if you don't have any softbox or anything else, you can use it with this reflector, but keep in mind this is gonna give you a pretty bright and harsh light compared to the softbox. Usually it's not very usable when you're trying to do like a light up the person or some area, because it's gonna give you a pretty straightforward light, which is gonna be real harsh and bright. You wanna have something more diluted, and for this case we're gonna need a softbox, which I already got. It's very simple to put this reflector on this light. All you gotta do is just gotta put these tabs to match in place, and then you just gotta press this lever back and then turn the light clockwise, and once it's turned, just let go of the lever, and you can see here it locks up here. So now you have this light secured, and you can put it on the stand. Let's go ahead and just get our stand. And you will also need a heavy duty stand, because this light is much heavier than the one we used in our previous budget lighting kit. So we're gonna need a new stand. It's gonna get a little bit more expensive, but we're gonna see if it's worth it. Okay, so we got the opening right here. And so then you tighten this light. Okay, you just gotta turn it whichever way you want it, and then just lock it. There you go. This handle here is for tightening it on the stand. It looks kind of flimsy and plasticky, so we gotta watch out for that. Don't over tighten so it doesn't break. And as you can see, it has like a kind of ratcheting movement, so you can adjust what angle you want to use it at. So these barn doors, I think it holds like this. Oh, there you go, yeah. It's got a small LED on the back, which will show you the settings, your current brightness, and some other information like temperature and stuff. Here's your on and off switch, your power connector. This is your brightness adjustment, as well as
changing the settings, like such as channels, because you can use a few of these lights working in a group to make it even brighter. And yeah, you can use one remote to control all of them, so that's really great. And this is your button for changing different channels and groups when you want to control them. And your remote control, it comes with a remote control, so you can turn it off and turn it on and increase the lighting and minus plus brightness. So let's go ahead and try it out right now. I'm really excited. All right, let's get this microwave cable and plug it into the outlet and get it started. Plug it into here. All right, let's turn it on. It's only at 10% right now. So let's maybe take this off for now, so we can actually see how it looks. So at 10%, it's already brighter than my cell phone flash. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it to 20%. Oh, wow, it's actually go by 1%. Wow, check it out. Look at this. You can go by 1% increments. Look at this. I thought you can only go 10% increments. And you can see its operational temperature is 30 degrees right now, and it's working at 100%. And inside is only like 24, 25 degrees ambient temperature. So, and we can see it starts to rise because it's working at 100%. Well, I can tell definitely it's brighter than this 500 watt. So the 60 watt LED is way brighter than 3 of the 500 watt light bulbs, that's for sure. And there we go. This is how bright it is. Look at that. Make sure you don't point it direct in your eyes because it's just gonna blind you. Like, it's so bright. It's like an LED flash on your cell phone, but much, much brighter. And as you can see here, I'm just pointing it at the camera and it is blinding. Like, it's super bright, and you can see how well it works. It is set at 100% right now, so let's go ahead and bring it down. So right now we're going 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. And you can only get as low as 10%. You can't go down any lower. And when it's down to like 10%, it's actually not as bad and it doesn't blind you as much, but it's still pretty bright. And I don't recommend looking directly into that LED light because it's still pretty bright. So there we go. And as you can see, the temperature right now is 32 degrees. Once we raise it to 100%, it will rise up. Let's go ahead and use the softbox and compare it to our previous budget lighting kits, see how much difference it's gonna make. And this is only a 60 watt LED light versus our first budget lighting kit, which was a 200 watt CFL light bulb. And then the second budget lighting kit was 500 watt light bulbs. We're gonna see how this 60 watt LED light's gonna perform versus them. I'm pretty sure it's gonna beat them. I'm still curious to see what's gonna be the difference. All right, let's go. The first thing you wanna do is take out this reflector, because we're going to be using the softbox. And as you can see, I'm using this large Never 120 centimeter softbox. And this is one of the largest softboxes you can get in diameter. 120 centimeters is going to be 48 inches. And you can get a 90 centimeters, which is going to be 36 inches. Really great. It works super nice because it's got a larger area, and you can put a much bigger translucent curtain there so that it reflects, so it makes the light a lot softer. But anyway, let's go ahead and put this in. Check this out. This is how huge it is. Like, it's super big, 120 centimeters or 48 inches. And I like this one because it's kind of like, it acts kind of like an umbrella, so it takes like 5 minutes to get it all set up, or even less than 5 minutes. Compared to other softboxes where you have to put all these rods in place, it takes like hours to put it together or take it down. So unlike those, this is really easy, and I do recommend getting this one. And if you want to get a softbox, do get the one that acts like an umbrella. It just opens up and it takes like 2 minutes to set it all up. Let's go ahead and put this light. And since this light's got the same Bowen mount, so it's real easy to mount it. I do recommend mounting it like this because it's so large, and just put it on the ground, assembled, and then put the light in. And as you can see, this mount is turning, so you might need to hold it with your hand. So just put it in like, this. Then you can hold the mount there and make sure it clicks. Once it clicked, it means it's connected and it's not gonna fall down. So now you can lift it up and get it tested. There we go. So this is how it looks. It's pretty huge, but this is what you want to have for a good lighting. And as you can see, I have this heavy duty stand here. Like, it's super sturdy. It can handle up to 5 kilograms. So this is gonna be no problem for this. We're just gonna put it on and make sure you don't tip anything because it's so big. It's hard to actually maneuver it. So let's go ahead and put this down a little bit to make it a little bit easier to put on. There we go. It is pretty huge. Tighten this knob, turn it the way you like it. Now you can lift it up higher, and we can also adjust the direction of the light. So make sure everything's tight so it's not gonna fall down, and you can just face it whichever way you want it. I think this is gonna be pretty good right now. Let's go and try it out versus those other budget lighting kits. And as you can see, this light that I'm using right now, I'm using without the softbox, and you can tell how harsh this light is. But I don't have a second softbox to use it for this video, so I'm just gonna be showing this one. And this is just another light that I have here, so just making it super bright, but it's not very good. And we're gonna see the difference between having one with the softbox and without the softbox. Okay, so this is how it looks at the exact same settings as in my previous video, where I was testing 200-watt light bulb versus 500-watt light bulb. And now we're looking at 60-watt LED light. This is how it looks with exact same settings. This is 1/50 shutter speed, 200 ISO, and 4.0 aperture. You can tell the difference. I can definitely see a huge improvement in picture quality because I can see myself in the camera. And I'm using 200 ISO with 4.0 aperture, which gives you a really good picture quality versus like using 800 ISO or 1600 ISO, where you're gonna get a lot of grain in the picture. Yeah, this is really awesome. Let's go ahead and see how it looks at 400 ISO. It might be just perfect, so let's go ahead and try it out. Let's go. There we go. This is how it looks at 400 ISO, so it's much brighter, and as you can see, you can definitely use your regular kit lens with 4.0 aperture using this Godox SL60W. So I think this is a great setting that you can use. You don't have to go any higher, but let's just go ahead and try out the 800 ISO, see how it looks. So just out of curiosity, I decided to raise my ISO to 800 and see how it looks with 800 ISO. Leave the same shutter speed, same aperture, and you can see that the picture is much brighter and it looks pretty good. There is no need to go any higher than 800 ISO, so it's definitely brighter than the first budget lighting kit and brighter than the second one as well. But I do prefer using about 200 ISO. It gives me a lot clearer picture. So let's sum it all up and see. Okay, so the first budget lighting kit that I was testing, it was only $84 with shipping, and we were getting 3 light bulbs, 200 watt each, 3 umbrellas, and like I showed in my previous video with the exact same settings, we were getting this picture quality, which was decent, but you had to use pretty high ISO. And if you don't like to use high ISO, it's probably not gonna work for you. But as a very minimum, it actually does improve your picture quality instead of having just regular light in your room. Unless you're using the outdoor light, then it's fine. But if you're using indoor light, where you need to have some kind of better lighting, otherwise your picture is not going to look very good. Then the second upgrade, or the stage 2 I called it, for budget lighting, we used a 500 watt light bulb instead of 200 watt. You can get those in a set of 4 for $80, so you're basically paying $20 per light bulb. As you can see right now, we were testing those lights versus 200, and they did show improvement, but not quite enough, I think, to switch. Plus you're paying another $80. So altogether you're paying around $160 for that whole setup, and this is what you're getting for $160. Now let's go ahead and do some math and see how much it costs to get this LED light set up, because with LED light you cannot just get the LED light itself, or well, you can get it technically, but you will not be able to really use it very good because you do need a softbox for it, so you can get a much softer light like we have it right now. Same idea applies to umbrellas. That's what they do, they reflect the light and then the light shines back. This way you get a much softer light. So for the LED light I paid $177 for the LED light itself. Plus you're gonna need a softbox, and this specific softbox costs $116. You can get a little bit smaller softbox, which is gonna cost you probably around $80 to $90. Plus you're gonna need a heavy duty stand, which is about $60. Altogether, if we do the math, it's gonna be $353. Let's just round it up to $350 so it's easier to have an idea. So yeah, compared to our first budget lighting kit, it's more than 4 times more expensive to get this LED light set up versus that first budget lighting kit. So yes, it is more expensive, and not everybody needs it as their first lighting setup. If you're really on a budget, you might consider getting that first budget lighting kit and just raise your ISO on the camera and you still get a pretty good picture quality. It doesn't have to be perfect, it will still look pretty good. But even if you upgrade to those 500 watt light bulbs, it's gonna be only $160, which is gonna be less than half the price for this LED light. So why would you go for this LED light? So is it really worth to get an LED light instead of the other budget lighting kits? I think so. And I'll tell you why it is worth it. The reason number one, it's brighter, and you get a 60 watt LED light that is brighter than 1000 watt CFL light bulbs. It doesn't have to be your first lighting setup, but it is much better, and I do like it because with this big softbox the light is much softer, so that's definitely worth it in this case. Another thing is it has a remote, and you cannot underestimate remotes. Some people might say it's not a big deal, but I do think it's really helpful, especially when you're making video like this. If you need to adjust the brightness, you can just use the remote. You can see how the light goes down, and actually this is at 50% right now. So if you need to bump it up, you just go back and just use the remote, and it saves you a lot of time. Instead of when you have to walk to the light, it just saves you a lot of time, and time is value, right? You can never buy it for any money, so you want to save as much time as possible. So reason number 2 is you got a remote. Let's go ahead and check it out and see how it works. There you go. This is how dark it is without having this light on, and I'm gonna turn it on right now. And if you have a few of these Godox SL60W lights, you can put them in a group and you can control them from just a single remote. And another reason why you might want to consider getting the LED light is because it's actually giving you the same light output and it's taking less room, because to get the same output from those CFL light bulbs, you need to place 3 umbrellas around, and it's still gonna be not as bright as this LED light. But when you have this LED light, all you have to do is just install one LED light and it's gonna be giving you perfect image quality. And like I said, right now we're shooting at 1/50 shutter speed, 4.0 aperture, 400 ISO. And in the next video, we're gonna be testing the Godox SL150 Mark II. So stay tuned for that. This will be a 150 watt LED light. So we're gonna be comparing this 150 watt LED light versus this Godox SL60, which is 60 watt LED light. And we're gonna see if it's making a huge difference or not. And as a spoiler, I think it's gonna be making pretty big difference, because it is more than 2 times brighter than this 60 watt. It is more than 2 times more expensive as well. So we're gonna see if it's gonna be actually worth it. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the video. And if you like this video, please click that like button. It's gonna help me a lot to grow my channel. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be really happy to answer them. So this is it for now. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.